Everybody, welcome to Epic Brew. I'm Tom. I've got 5 new builds for new players. This was a previous set of builds that I made, I think, in like 2021, and I've gone through and updated them all because the perks have changed over the years. So it wasn't like totally up to date, and there's a lot of new players, and people have been asking for builds for me to recommend. So I built 5 using 5, I think, varied enough weapons that you'll get a distinct experience by using each of them. The first one, well, I did a longbow, longsword, evening star, spear, and axe, and I'm gonna go through each of them, starting with the longbow. Now, I consider the longbow probably my best weapon because I played it for pretty much. Long story short, the first 100 levels of the game for me were with the longbow. I just loved being an archer in this game so much, and I barely even scratched the surface with the melee weapons until I was like in the level 90s, which explains a lot if you watch me play with melee weapons. But this is pretty much my build. It's just 111 armor, longbow, a cleaver with supplied, so you get more arrows more frequently, and then huntsman, so you're maxing the damage with the longbow. Pretty straightforward with the cleaver for when somebody comes up to fight you, since you can't use the bow to block. You can't use the bow for melee. You've got your cleaver and you've got your feet for kicking. So basically, somebody runs at you, you keep the bow out, or if they surprise you and you don't see them coming until they're right in your face, you throw out a kick, you pull out the cleaver, and you do your best to survive. You try to keep alive until teammate comes to help you, or if they don't seem like they're a better fighter than you, you can. Cleaver's good. Cleaver's a really good weapon, so you'll do just fine with that. Pretty good build. You could swap out the longbow for a recurve bow, get some more perks, or like a arming sword or something. You do whatever you want, but this is my build. This is my main archer build right there. The longsword build: 333 armor, longsword, bandage, throwing axe with scavenger and fireproof. So this is going to be kind of like what I recommend you get into the fray with. You're going to have max armor. You're going to be slow, but you can always take a step back and, step around the corner, step behind some teammates, have a little bandage, snack, get your HP back, and then get back right to the front line. The throwing axe gives you a bit of extra range, so you're not just stuck with the melee range of the longsword, which is pretty good. Longsword alt grip, by the way, is the Mordhau grip. So you flip the sword over and you hold it by the blade and you use the hilt as the kind of like a little battering ram. It's okay. It does a little more damage to heavy armor, but really, as long as you just keep it in the default grip, you'll do fine with it. But yeah, the throwing axe gives you some range, and because you're new, I suggest using the scavenger perk because that will drop. Killing enemies causes them to drop everything they're carrying. So you don't have a lot of gold yet. You want to buy the cooler looking armor before you invest in weapons. So if you kill somebody, they got a weapon, you're like, ooh, I kind of want to try this out. You can because you have scavenger. So I recommend scavenger for new players for that specific purpose. It lets you use what they had every time you get them. And then fireproof, if if you're new, your awareness isn't exactly that. Fire is fire, but in the heat of the moment, no pun intended, you might not realize that the crash you just heard was the sound of a firebomb going off, and suddenly your guy's on fire. And if you have fireproof, you take 80% less damage from fire, so that gives you enough time to easily get out as long as you're not like super low health. After the longsword, I've got evening star build. That's the guy right there. So the evening star is I like it more than a lot of players will be using the maul currently, and coming up the maul meta will return, I'm predicting, but I prefer the evening star. Evening stars, I believe it has a bit more reach than the maul does, and all the skins for the evening star look way cooler than any of the skins for the maul. And also the alt grip for the evening star, it reduces the reach of it, so you kind of hold it shorter, but the stab damage is incredibly good. It basically two shots everything. Quick little side thing: if you click the weapon to customize it, you click customize and then advanced stats, and it'll show you everything you need to know about every single weapon. So in the regular grip, all this damage right here. Stab is pretty good. Nothing. It's not as good as the swing damage in the regular mode, but stab damage, not so great. But in the alt mode, which shortens the reach, so it goes from 90 to 60. But look at this. Look at that damage increase. Alt grip, stab, evening star. Don't sleep on that. That's going to deal some serious damage. That's going to two-shot everybody from the waist up. Just think about that. You feint into a stab, you hit them once. Feint into a stab, hit them twice, they're dead. No matter what they're wearing, it'll knock them out of the fight. So I think it's just a better weapon all around than the Maul. As far as the blunt, I don't know. I wouldn't call them pole arms, but it's like a mace type weapon, Evening Star. But anyway, there you go. You got bandages against Scavenger and Fireproof for the exact same reasons that I had those equipped for the longsword. Just a little trial and survivability there, and level 2 armor for the legs. Just because the Evening Star is a bit more expensive than the longsword. So there you go. Now the spear, also like the Evening Star, I'm going to talk a little bit about the alt mode for the spear because it's pretty good and you should use it. But pretty straightforward build, 222 armor. Gives you some mobility because you're going to want to have a little bit of speed to maneuver with the spear because you want to keep your enemies at range, which is the most advantageous part of the spear, obviously. But then Butcher, it'll increase damage against horses by 50% in melee. And as a spearman, one of your jobs is unfortunately to take the enemy ponies out of the fight. And it's much easier to hit a horse than it is the person riding on the back. As much as I hate to see it, that's the reality of it. Bandages gives you some survivability, and the cleaver is really good because if somebody runs at you with a faster weapon like a messer or an axe or something, you'll be able to pull the cleaver out and it'll be much faster than trying to swing and stab with the spear. Now, as I mentioned, the spear has a little perk here. So obviously the strength, the swing damage for the spear, not the best. Okay, like you're gonna have to whack the enemy a bunch of times to take him out. Stab damage, understandably, much higher than the swing damage, but in the alt mode, which reduces the range, so regular mode range 180 centimeters, alt mode range 135 centimeters. So it's a notable decrease in reach. And also, you're like, Tom, the damage stats didn't change at all. It's a little bit faster. But the damage, what's going on? Well, let's take a look at this. So the default swing, not great. Alt mode swing, holy cow, that's significantly better. So keep that in mind. You'll have a shorter weapon, which is going to be better for the team fights because you won't be whacking the enemies around you as much. I mean, it's still a long weapon at 135 centimeters, but you won't be whacking enemies as much, and you'll be dealing much higher slash damage than you were. And there's no decrease in stab damage, which is the primary reason to be using the spear, as you scroll up to stab with it. So keep that in mind. The alt mode swing damage is good, and there's no decrease in the stab damage. Pretty solid tip right there. And then finally, I made an axe fella. Now this is going to be kind of like a mix match build, depending on how you want to play this character. 232 armor, so pretty good, can take some serious hits. The axe is short range, fast, swinging weapon. Medic bag, if you want to play a helpful teammate, you can do medic bag, you throw it on the ground, everybody can re-heal off of it. And then firebomb, if the enemies have a lot of engineers on their team, which I'm predicting will follow after the Maul meta. When everybody gets bored of running around with Mauls, people are going to start doing funny stuff with the engineer kits. So we're going to see a lot more constructibles in a couple weeks is my prediction. But firebombs make quick work of anything engineers build because it's all wood. It'll just burn down. So with supplied, you'll have more firebombs faster, and also Wrecker. The axe already does good damage against wood because it's a bladed weapon. And with Wrecker, melee damage against structures increased by 50%. So if you can't burn it down, you'll be able to hack it down 50% faster. And that's great. And Cat, if you want to do some like crazy frontline, like throw the Happy Meal in the front line and run away, and there's people chasing you, you can jump off pretty high areas and survive with the reduced 90% fall damage. I don't know the exact like fatality range of when that cuts out, but I've seen people survive some ridiculously, hilariously high falls, and they walked away because they have Cat equipped. and scavenger for the same reason as above. Same thing with fireproof. There you go. You can also, if you take out the medic bag, firebomb, and some of the perks, you can swap in the toolbox, which will allow you to build the mini ballista, the spike walls that you see people build, and then the little half walls that teammates can use for shelter when they reload their crossbows, or just to kind of slow the enemy down, block horses and stuff like that. So there you go. 5 builds for new players. I'm going to take one of them. We're going to go into a server because I got to put some gameplay in the video. You know how it goes. We're going to hop in. Let's do this one. We'll see who's in here. I think I'm going to take the spear out. I think I'm going to... Well, you know what? We'll see. Oh, this might be a spear one. I might just rotate through them all. Let's start with the spear, though. I think it looks like this just started. I'm not going to play the whole match. But if you really want to do well with the spear, hop on a horse. You can grab a lance right here. Hop on the horse and go to town. But I prefer not to use horses. Oh, I'm hearing I'm hearing these fellas right here. I'm looking for the enemy horse coming up behind me. But it's my friendly horse boys. I'm on blue team here. I'm gonna swap in Mo baby archer. Pay attention, bud. Drop your bow. Pick it up. Oh, sorry, bud. Oh, I walked into the firebomb. Hom tanks. That's really funny. Let's get back out there. So on Invasion Crossroads, you have to protect. You either have to attack the wagon or protect the wagon. That's the gimmick here. That guy took an arrow in midair, and then he died as soon as he landed. Oh, I couldn't quite reach it. The stab with the spear can be a little wonky. So it's best to just... Okay. I'm gonna swap to the all crip here. That feels like it went right through him. I'm stepping back because my stam's down, my visibility was down, and my health is down. That's not really how you want to fight with the spear. What's going on here? Oh, that hit me. Okay. Let's keep this guy at range here. He died anyway. I'm gonna let my health come back. Have some bandages. Let's push back up. I'm gonna try to get out in this field over here so I can watch the flank. This friendly horse boy coming through. Got a falchion. That guy got dropped. This guy's waving. Oh, they have a spawn beacon. See if I can take the spawn beacon out. I hit a teammate. The law of Mordhau. Is it down? Yeah, somebody got it. We good here, fellas? Take him out. There you go. Got a naked guy out. Oh, it's a naked mall, man. No mercy for those. I'm starting to get to the point where... Who did that? Come on. I'm starting to get to the point where I don't care if they're new or not. If they're using them all, they're fair game. Because we gotta slow them all meta as much as we can, because nobody wants to live through that again. Is there spawn beacons? Check the tower here. Quick little shortcut, because I know some of you were asking about shortcuts in previous videos. You can just climb up here, climb over here. Then you can jump across here. You just have to make sure you're grabbing it. I don't want to get in that guy's way. Okay. That was close. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. I have a spawn beacon over here. Let's see if I can redeem myself. There it goes. There it goes. Houston. Oh, I couldn't get the dagger. Oh, hey, buddy. Loop back around. Loop back around. I got a present for you. You coming? No, they're not coming this way. I'm going to try to hit one of these guys. Baby Archer just got dropped. I have a contender here. Watch out, fellas. There we go. He tried. I hit the teammate. Buddy, he's dead. He's dead. My gosh. My gosh, would it kill your mother? Jeez. You hate to see it. That kind of rage. What's this baby Archer doing over here? You good, buddy? This guy just peeking up. Behind you, baby Archer. I saved the baby Archer. He'll never know it unless he watches the video. Oh, no. My son. Who did this? Who did this? I panicked. I didn't want to hit my teammate. I got 2 arrows. Okay, I'll give him a warning. Get him. There you go. Baby Archer, get your health back, my dude. Oh, I got another arrow? I got a third, apparently. Who got dropped? You good? Who's shouting? Don't kill the lootist? Boys, that's not honorable. That's not honorable. He's making music. He's making everything better for everybody. Let's see what's going on out here. It's got a shield? Okay. 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 Oh, there's just... Oh. I didn't realize somebody was close enough. I thought that was a teammate. That's okay. I was running low on everything at that point, I think. I had a completely different kit. I want to get the spawn beacon here. Oops, that's not it. There we go. Keep your eye out for those at all times. Because that can really... Don't make me... Oh, you hate to see it. That guy got sent into next week. What it stabs. Sometimes they put spawn beacons up in here. It's another little shortcut. For all you newer players. Put a spawn beacon in here. You can just run on out. My ankles! How we doing, fellas? I want to take a guy off a horse. But I gotta find one. And it's looking like we have 2 horses and they don't have any. They have just as many horses as we do, I believe. Huh. This is unusual to be on Crossroads and there's not a stampede. Baby Archer. Oh, okay, he's good. Try to... Oh, don't shoot at me, son. Don't shoot at me. You don't know what you're doing. Ah, let's get the guy running. Alright, what are we doing? What are we doing? Let's go protect the convoy, I guess. Oh, there's a red horse. Red horseman. Looks like he's running through here. Come back around. Oh, no. Okay, that's a friendly boy. What was that? Is that a javelin? It sure was. I tried. Oh, that reached me? That didn't reach him? I don't know if you're new, buddy. I think you are, because that was a pretty bad... Just get out of here, man. I get killed by the teammate. Trying to let the enemy rethink his life, and then my teammate kills me. That's Mordhau, though. It all checks out. Looks like we got 6 minutes. I'll play the last 6 minutes here. And then I'll wrap this up. I don't want this to be another 30-minute video and it takes 8 years to upload to YouTube. I cranked down the recording quality a bit. So if it looks kind of worse, it's because I didn't want it to take... Okay, he's dead. I didn't want it to take 5 years again. Okay, finish him off. There you go. But I don't know how it's gonna... Oh, you hate to see it. Sorry, horse. Oh my god, he took that right to the brain. Really? There you go. That wasn't BM, I just died. Or he died before I could... Oh no, this guy's getting torn up. He's going! There you go. I hit somebody. Horseman, come back around. What are you doing? Oh, I couldn't do it in time. You got him, you got him. You got him. You got him. Okay, you don't have him. No? What are you doing? Oh, that wasn't a chamber? Okay. That caught me by surprise. I saw that coming too. We got 4 minutes. Parade comes to an end in 4 minutes. You're just playing the... Can we hear it? I have the music turned down. I can kind of hear it. I think he might just be scrolling up or something. I don't think he's playing anything. I have the music turned way down so that YouTube doesn't pick up the melody and flag my video for copyright. That went right through him. Mordhau, please. You gonna go? Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I warned him. Baby Archer. Get the baby Archer. The round's over. Doesn't matter. Gonna drop your weapon. Dropped. You better pick it up. There you go. The spear, use the all grip. It's really good. And it's fun as long as you keep in mind that you don't want to be using it as a sword unless you're using the all grip. And use your cleaver if it's close quarters combat. Like if you're in the hallways in dungeon or the hallways at Victoria or whatever, just use your cleaver. You don't want to be swinging the spear, hitting the wall every swing. But there you go. Stay safe, stay healthy. Catch you all next time.